Decided I did use clamps when I clamped it just like this when I glued in those braces. Okay, one of the first things I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to mark where my pieces are. So I'm going to put it like this, and I'm going to mark it with my pencil. I'm going to mark, and then I'm going to mark. But I'm going to do this when I can reposition the camera a little better. Okay, so I got my box, kind of put it together again. I put a mark here and a mark here, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my neck and I'll position it on the box inside my marks. Okay, so I know that this is going to go right here, and the other side's going on the other side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where I'm going to drill. I'm going to put a mark here, so I know I'm going to drill here, but then I'm going to measure, and I'm going to drill about here because I want to make sure I get into that brace. Okay, that's going to support the neck. And when I drill these holes, I'm going to use an 8x1 screw. I'm going to use an 8x1 screw, and I'm going to pre-drill with a 9/64 drill bit. Okay, and then I'm going to have to recess those screws. If you look at the guitar, okay, I'm going to drill with an 11/64 drill bit, and then I'm going to use a countersink so these screws are even with the neck. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, what I decided to do is, now I tape the box closed. Okay, I'm going to be drilling into those braces for the neck. So I'm going to start out with the 9/64 drill bit, and I got it right here. Okay, now what I did is I don't want to drill too deep. So what I did is I took this 1-inch screw that I'm going to be drilling. I figured how deep I'm going to drill. I used it, and I put tape on the drill bit so I don't drill too deep. So I'm going to drill it one right here because I got it marked. And I got my box positioned exactly the way I want it. Make sure it's exactly the way you want it. Okay, and then I'm going to drill this hole. Okay, not move it, and I'm going to drill the other hole. Okay, and now I got those two drilled. Okay, so if you look close, I drilled those two holes, and that's going to secure the thing, the neck into the box. Okay, so I got those holes drilled. They're going to line up perfectly. You can see that they're into the box, and this screw is going to fit into that nice and tight because this is maple. It's not a weak wood, very strong wood. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these holes into the neck, and I'm going to use an 11/64 drill bit. Okay, and I'm going to just make these holes large. Okay, that will, because we want it to grip into the box, and we don't need it to grip into the neck. We want this to go through fairly easy. Now I just got to countersink it. Let me get the countersink tool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is countersink it. I can use this hand one. Okay, I have two different sizes. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my strength, and I'm going to countersink this so this screw will be nice and flush to the wood. I got to go a little deeper. And I'm going to take my time because I don't want to go, I just want it to be perfectly flush. Okay, and that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so I'll do the same thing on this one, but this one I'm going to have to use one with an extension because I got my bridge in the way. This is a countersink tool, and this will work good in this situation. Okay, I just got to make that a little bit bigger. But I got to be real careful doing this one. So I'm going to put the bit in here. Okay, and I'm going to take this. Okay, and I'm going to check to make sure it's good. And that looks great. That's going to be good. Okay, so it worked out good. So that's what I did just now, is I got these ready so I can attach the box or the neck to the box.